Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Cara Collecting Memories. If you are new here to my channel, welcome. My name is Cara and I'm a working mum of 3 amazing kids. Jackson, who is 8, Lucy Lou, who is 3, and Ezra, who is almost 7 months old. So welcome. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below and join our little YouTube family. Anyway, today's video, I'm here to talk about stay-at-home mums returning back to work. So I'm collaborating with a whole bunch of awesome other Aussie YouTube mummies. I'm going to link all of their channels and videos down below. We are all here sitting with you today talking about returning back to work after maternity leave. So all the other mums are also working mums who have recently had babies and gone back to work. So make sure you go check out their videos for their point of views and yeah, their answers to their questions. This is a really good topic to talk about because personally it hasn't been overly easy for me. So I've got a list of questions. We're going to go through them one by one together and yeah, let's just have a chat. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. So if I'm looking down, that's why. So question number 1 is, have you gone back to work part-time or full-time? So in my situation, I am a senior medical receptionist, so I manage reception in a ophthalmology clinic, which is an eye surgeon. So yeah, I took maternity leave 2 weeks prior to Ezra being born, and I returned back to work when he was 5 months old. So I've been back to work for nearly 2 months now. I currently work Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays for 10 hours each day. So I'm working a 30-hour week, but only across 3 days. So that worked best for me. I need to be in our clinic because at the moment I'm now job sharing because I'm not there full time. So I do need to be in the clinic a fair amount of time to be able to do my job. So currently I am there part-time, I guess you would call it, because it's not complete full-time hours, but yes, 30 hours each week. And at the moment and anytime soon, I don't think I want to do any more than that. Having 3 kids and working 30 hours plus YouTube, which I love, it's my hobby, it's my outlet, is pretty hard as it is. I'm already getting questions off my boss as to when I will come back full time. I'm not ready yet, but yeah, I'm still finding my feet. Okay, question number 2, which I've kind of already answered, is how long have you been back at work? So as I previously said, it's been almost 2 months. It feels like I never was on maternity leave though. Maternity leave went so quick. It was like clicking my fingers and I was back to work and back into everything. So yeah, back to work for 2 months, nearly 2 months. Okay, so question number 3 is, how was the transition from stay-at-home mum to working mum? Now, I have been a working mum, as I mentioned before, I've got 2 previous kids, but this time was by far my hardest. When I returned back to work when I first had Jackson, I only had 1 baby and my mum looked after Jackson the whole entire time, and it was easy. It was only 1 child and we didn't have to worry about daycare, and my mum looked after Jackson and it was really good. Then we had Lucy, but there's quite a big age gap. Lucy wasn't born until Jackson was 5, turning 6. So he was a lot older. That was fairly easy. Lucy went into daycare though. My mum wasn't in a position to watch her, so she had to go to daycare. But that still seemed fairly easy to go back to work, and Jackson was in school. We didn't kind of have to worry about him so much. And he was at home and able to help. He was at that age where, you know, he was kind of getting his own breakfast and cleaning up his own room and doing all that kind of stuff. So that was fairly easy. It still only felt like I had kind of 1 newborn or young child to look after. Whereas this time I've got 3 kids. Although Jackson's still easy as pie and he's a lot older, he can do a lot more. But I've got a 3-year-old and a baby. So, you know, when I had Ezra, Lucy was 2 and a newborn. and that is really hard, especially Lucy. I don't know if it's a girl thing, she's my only girl, but she's fiercely independent. She is fiery to all business. If you've watched any of our vlogs, you will know what I'm talking about. She's full of attitude. I'm like her personal slave, so she thinks. So it was really hard to go back to work and still be the best mum that I could be. And that's what I struggled with, was going back to work when Ezra was so small. Even though I went back to work when Lucy was that age, I think it's because he's our last baby. We're not having any more children. So I missed him like crazy. Like, I spent that whole week coming home and driving home with like tears running down my face going, this is too hard. I remember being in the car the day before I started work on Monday, on Sunday, like bawling my eyes out to Luke going, I don't want to go back. I don't want to leave him. Like, I'm starting to get emotional because I don't know what it is. He's my baby, and I really wasn't ready. Whereas with Jackson and Lucy, I was ready. Like, I felt ready. But this time with Ezra, I don't even know why I'm getting upset. This time with Ezra, I didn't want to leave him. And even though he's not even going to daycare, my grandparents are watching him, I just really struggled with leaving him. It took me, yeah, I was in tears. I'm still in tears thinking about it, which is ridiculous. So going back to work was hard, even though I enjoy my job and I love my job. And once I got there, I was okay, but it was the mum guilt driving home from work to picking him up and picking him up, and he was already tired, and I put him to bed and I didn't get to see him. And oh God, what is wrong with me? So yeah, it's still hard. I hate it. Like, I hate it when he's, yeah, I pick him up and he's already to bed and I didn't even get to see him. Like, I leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. I don't get home till 6:30 at night. So it's just, it was hard. He's my baby. And I'm still adjusting, just juggling everything, juggling Jackson's primary school commitments and extracurricular activity commitments, and Lucy being as demanding as she is, and having Ezra, and just trying to give everyone all the attention and be the best mum, as well as clean the house and make sure dinner's on the table and lunches are made. You know, that still kind of all falls on me because Luke works, you know, quite long hours. He's at work, you know, 9 hours every single day, and sometimes works the Saturday morning. So, you know, all the housework activity still falls predominantly on my shoulders. So it was a lot, and I still think I'm adjusting. I'm nowhere near feeling like totally on the ball, and I still, as you can see, still get emotional thinking about it. Did I go to work too soon? Should I have stayed home longer? It's just, yeah, it was hard for me this time. What's the biggest, okay, so question number, what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the biggest challenge returning to work? My biggest challenge was missing Ezra. I just missed him, and mum guilt. Mum guilt was my biggest challenge. Just feeling guilty. Am I being selfish because I wanted to go back to work? Am I, you know, having my kids miss out because I'm being selfish? Like, I don't know. That's my biggest struggle, is more mentally what's going on in my head. And yeah, that was probably my biggest struggle. And last question is, what's a positive about returning back to work? So there's quite a few. Like, even though I just got myself all upset and whatnot, there are still a lot of positives. One, money. Like, let's be honest, it's helping the finance. You know, we could have easily lived off just Luke's wage, but we wouldn't have been able to save for a house. We wouldn't have been able to go on holidays. We wouldn't have been able to, you know, go see movies or go out to dinner and have that kind of disposable money like we do now. Like, we're able to go to Japan, and we're now saving up for a house, and, you know, we're able to go out for dinner when we want to, or go see a movie, or take the kids to somewhere without having to think, oh crap, we're not going to be able to afford this, or it's going to take months to save up for this. You know, we just would have been living on such a more tighter, stricter, more stressful budget, whereas now we've got room to move and we've got savings in the bank, and that's really important. Second thing is my sanity. since being a mum, especially as I've had the more children, I've become quite a hermit. I enjoy my own company more than others. I'd hate to admit it. I've become really antisocial, really introverted. I don't like I like leaving the house. That sounds really weird. Like, I like leaving the house. So, you know, I've lost a few friendships. I'm that shitty friend who doesn't reply back to text messages, or, you know, cancels last minute on dinner dates all the freaking time. That is me. I don't know, I just get really bad social anxiety now. I've got a couple of close friends who I love and adore and who have stood by me and don't mind me canceling last minute and don't mind me taking like 3 days to reply back to their text messages. Other friendships haven't been as strong and I've lost them. But yeah, so I'm going on a really big tangent there. So the upside of working was, for me personally, getting me out of the house and talking to people. So going back to work, I was back with my work colleagues, what? So I was back at work with my colleagues, and that was really good for me mentally, was talking to other people, socializing with other people, talking to patients, speaking with people over the phone, getting back in to that social environment that I'd kind of neglected myself out of. I'm still not extremely social. I still have trouble getting out and socializing outside, but work is good and home is good, and that kind of helped me a lot. Another positive is peeing and eating your lunch in peace, because you don't get that when you're a stay-at-home mom. If I'm at home, I cannot go to the toilet without one child banging on the door trying to get in, and I can't eat my food in peace without another child trying to eat it off my plate. So that is a big bonus, that you get to go to the bathroom and you get to have a lunch break and you get to eat your lunch without little nibbly kids at your ankles eating your food, driving you crazy. So that's a big bonus in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took some positives out of this video. Maybe you are a stay-at-home mum looking to go back to work, or maybe you've gone back to work and you're having the same struggles as I did. Or if you have any advice, please let me know in the comments below, because this time wasn't easy for me and I wish I could say it was, but it wasn't. So if you're in the same boat, I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and also make sure you go watch the other girls' videos in the comments below. They probably had a better time than I did, hopefully. But yes, anyway, so there is going to be a part 2 of this video, which is going to come out on Sunday night. So in that video, I'm just going to talk more about some tips and tricks that worked for me going back to work and helping me transition into that period. So make sure you look out for that one. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a fabulous Friday, and I'll see you guys Sunday night for part 2.